Spoilers alert for the last episode of The Handmaid's Tale and for the whole series. You have been warned. So yesterday I watched the finale, the last episode of The Handmaid's Tale, and I have some thoughts. So this is the last episode until we get the spin-off, the testimonies. I've read both books, the original Handmaid's Tale, Testimonies by Margaret Atwood, and obviously the series diverted from the books. The last episode, I kind of got This Is Us vibes in that the penultimate episode is kind of fully charged, dramatic, and then the last episode is kind of a winding down feel. I want to know what people thought of the finale, so please do comment below, because I think on reflection, I think my immediate response was kind of maybe a bit disappointed. I get why they didn't have the reunion or the hoped reunion with Hannah and June and Luke, but having read the testimonies, I can see why. But I think if you think back to the first ever episode of The Handmaid's Tale, that has kind of been the goal, is to be reunited with Hannah. But I also get the realism. The Handmaid's Tale has so many symbolic parts which we can relate to our current reality, which unfortunately is looking more dystopian by the day. And I guess the message of the fight still going on against Gilead was a strong one. I liked how it rounded off with her saying the first lines and her writing, The Handmaid's Tale. I kind of thought it was a bit cheesy how both her mum and Luke were like, you should write this down. You should tell your story. I don't know, that didn't quite work for me. But just the shot of June back in that room with her freedom, but also the kind of inevitable and devastating change in her, I thought was a really powerful last shot. And Elizabeth Moss has just been extraordinary from start to finish in this series. Key points I liked. I like when Emily showed back up and said that line again, and again going through the places they used to walk, going past the wall, really chilling, and again very reflective on current events. And it felt like soldiers coming, reuniting after a big war and reflecting on their experiences. And I thought it was so powerful to go back to that place of hurt, but to do it on their own terms was really, really powerful. I thought it was an extraordinary series. I thought the penultimate series was probably my least favourite. It kind of felt like a lot of filler. This last series has been much better. I think the first series remains kind of the most powerful, and that's probably because it's based much more on Margaret Atwood's original story, original book. I look forward to the testimonies. I wonder how much they'll sort of go into that. I'm looking forward to more Aunt Lydia, because she was an incredible character. So I just wanted to kind of reflect on an incredible series and a very important series. And I want to know what you guys thought too. So let me know, were you disappointed in the finale? Did you think it was a fitting end? Let me know in the comments below. I kind of wanted to say have a blessed day then, but I'm not going to ignore that. But yeah, I think it's good to kind of reflect on what this series might mean watching it in the current world we live in. Yeah. Also, let me know what you thought about the use of landslide. Again, I got kind of This Is Us vibes, and I love This Is Us, but obviously a completely different series, but I don't know if that worked or not. I didn't know whether I was partly moved, absolutely, but the other part was kind of like, was it a bit too cheesy for this series? Anyway, let me know, and take care, everyone. Have a lovely day. Testimonies, it's the Testaments. Apologies to Margaret Atwood. I've read the book as well. I don't know. Sunday brain. Anyway, apologies.